But now, if our women, our wives go to farm, they rape them, at times they even set them ablaze. Me in particular, I paid ransom 3 times to Fulani herdsmen. They kidnapped my elder sister. They've also kidnapped 2 people from this palace. Even last month, I paid ransom also. To even sleep in this place is by the grace of Almighty. To even access this road, you need to get security. So that's a major problem. Me as John Ojo of Uzea, I no longer want Fulani in my forest. Let me also use this medium. Since the chiefs are here, they should go back home and ask questions. Anybody who have a hand in Fulani, stay in any part of Uzea forest. If I discover, I will drop that chief immediately. But my people cannot be suffering. And some people will be somewhere enjoying, taking money from these people for us to be paying ransom. They will kidnap us, keep us in our own land, we'll pay ransom. We are tired. I don't have a hand in Fulani, and anybody in Uzea who have a hand in Fulani should, with immediate effect, tell them to leave. If you know them, tell them to leave Uzea. State government. Us in Uzea here, we need security. We need security. So that one day, we will not wake up and find out it's only 2 people that is remaining in this whole kingdom. But the only police station we have here, they don't have manpower. Without the local hunters here, they cannot even effect any arrest. And most of the schools, like I said before, they are not in good shape. Even the one here, the one in front of my palace, that one is very bad. Even the new one, they don't have any furniture inside. They are not using it. So we are pleading. We are pleading they should come to our rescue. We'll be very glad if they can answer us.
That was the OGA of Ozia Kingdom in Edo State, lamenting about the menace of herdsmen in his community. Now, this traditional ruler was speaking from Ozia Kingdom, which is sharing geographic area with Uromi in Edo State, where 16 northern hunters said to be from Kano State were killed recently by vigilantes in Edo State, which resulted in the Northern Elders Forum issuing 14 days ultimatum to the Edo State government and federal government to apprehend the culprits. That has seen the governor of Edo State, Michael Okpebola, traversing between Benin and Abuja to see the Deputy Senate President to apologize to him and to the families of the killed hunters, and also to Kano to see the leaders in Kano and promise to pay compensation for their deaths and all that. While that is condemnable and remains condemnable what people do, because nobody is supposed to take the law into his own hands, either through vigilante or any other artificial security, because of the failure of the Nigerian security system to protect the citizens. It is also instructive to listen to what this man said about what their community are passing through. Now, Governor Okpebola was traversing everywhere to ensure that the anger of the North was assuaged. But if he had put that effort in addressing the security situation in his community, in his state, like that Uromi area, where that this traditional ruler was talking about, that the police station there doesn't have adequate men and facility to be able to confront the menace of herdsmen, that they can't do nothing. The police there can't do nothing without the help of the local hunters. Now, the Ogier of Ozier represents some of the reasons why people acted extrajudicially. You heard him very clearly, how the herdsmen have terrorized them to the level that he was saying that they don't want herdsmen in their forest anymore. No herdsmen should be allowed in their forest because they have had enough. He said that he had paid ransom in his own community. Herdsmen will kidnap people, including his relations and people working in the palace. He has paid ransom for 3 people, and nobody knows when it will end. Even for him to sleep in his palace, he says it's a miracle. Any day he sleeps there and woke up without incident because of the menace of the herdsmen. I don't understand the kind of country we are running that would make herdsmen to be allowed to be terrorizing Nigerians without the state being able to handle the situation, so that the kind of incident that happened in Uromi will not be happening. The traditional ruler, you heard them clearly, they used to rape women, sometimes set the women ablaze. People got tired of living like that. Nigeria is a nation of law and order. Why can't we have law and order in Nigeria? Why must anything in Nigeria be operated in a haphazard way? And we have leaders, governors, presidents who are in charge of this geographic entity called Nigeria. He said that they should tell the herdsmen to leave their forest. Now, nobody's addressing that core issue. What is the herdsmen doing inside the forest? Not only in Edo State, but almost all over the country. All kinds of things are being made, planned for them. But there is a need to enforce law and order. It is because the federal government have failed to enforce law and order. That is why I have vigilantes everywhere, many of them acting beyond their powers, causing the kind of problem that was caused in Uromi. But all these things are avoidable if the federal government that controls these security agencies was to do its own part. But the federal government is not doing enough. Now you can see President Bola Tinubu vowing to crack down on those who kill the hunters, rightly too. But what had he done about the herdsmen menace in this country? In Benue State, the government of Benue State is finding it difficult to implement the anti-open grazing law. Federal government that controlled the federal institutions ought to have encouraged the police to ensure that that law is enforced. So you find out that all over the country, herdsmen are running amok. The other day I was surprised that in Delta State, they are introducing a kind of agricultural practice where you be doing farming around within your house. They say it's a farming system without soil. And one of the takeaway they say that is important is because the forests are no longer safe. If the forests are no longer safe for people to go to farm, so you think that the solution is to soilless farming. That is the sustainable solution to the problem, instead of you finding a way to drive away this those who occupy the forest so that farmers can go to their farm. Where is that done? Where is that tolerated anywhere in the world? Where is that tolerated anywhere in the world? Why is it only the forest in Nigeria that herdsmen can occupy? Why can't they occupy forest in Ghana? Why is it that we don't hear they occupy forest in Togo? Why is it that we don't hear they occupy forest in Benin Republic? It is because Nigerian leaders are complacent. Governors are not doing what they're supposed to do as chief security officers of their state. Now Kobola is running up and down, providing everything that the North say he must do. He must pay compensation. In fact, when I saw what Kobola is doing, what he has promised to do to assuage the North, it was like he was following line by line what the Northern Elders Forum said that must be done. I'm not saying it's not good to do those things, but it shows you that if he can do all these things they have given, condition they gave him, he could have done more in their state by passing anti-open grazing law, by making the forest of Edo State safe, so that the kingdom of Uziah will not have the kind of menace they are having, the kind of kidnapping they are having passing through, the kind of ransoms they have paid that made them, anyone they see that look like Fulani, they become suspicious, leading, culminating to what the unfortunate incident that happened last week also. So it's really a sad situation what we have in Nigeria. When I know that we have a problem in our hand, that government itself is not willing to solve this problem of driving away herdsmen from the forest, was when Metiala and the Southwest farmers signed peace agreement so that the Southwest farmers can be allowed to go to farm. It was something, I have never seen anything like this, that in my life. The Southwest farmers are farming in their ancestral land, inherited from their ancestors. Now somebody came with his cattle from somewhere and he disturbing that business. The only solution they could find out, instead of calling that person that trespassed from far away to come and be destroying the farmland, instead of using law and order to call that person to order, the only solution was to sign a peace agreement. As if the farmers caused any war by farming in their ancestral land. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's daughter was there at the signing ceremony when Yoruba farmers, Southwest farmers, signed peace accord with Mayor Diala so that they can farm in peace in Yoruba land. Even with that signing, problems is still there. Problems of this thing are there. You know what I'm saying is, as condemnable as what happened in Uromi is, and it remains condemned, Nigeria have to find a sustainable solution to the herdsmen menace. How do you stop them? They have created Ministry for Livestock. How do we empower them so that they can be in a settled environment? The North itself used to pride itself that it is large. If you see how they are mocking people from Southeast, that they just, somebody will say the whole of the Southeast is not up to one state in the North. Fine and good. Why don't you use all those spaces to put these herdsmen in one place and provide the technology that will make it possible for them to stay there through ranching, so that farmers in Nigeria can have peace? Nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about freedom of movement, freedom of settlement. But nobody goes to settle. You can't see somebody from southern Nigeria go to the north and be staying inside the bush in the north, just occupying it without consequences. It can't happen. So there had to be regulation about the forest resources in this country. Until that is addressed, we are likely to continue to see this kind of Uromi matter repeating itself, because several communities are passing through what this Ozia kingdom that the traditional ruler was lamenting about, what they are passing through. If you go to North Central, the same story. You go to Northwest, the same story. You go to Northeast, the same story. You go to Southwest, the same story. There had to be a sustainable solution. And the sustainable solution is to provide ranching as a method of animal husbandry and keeping them there. That is the solution. If it is that the North don't have enough rain, Egypt, they don't have enough rain either. Yet they rear cattle, and their cattle are among the best in the world. So these are technologies that can be transferred. So my own is that as Nigerians are lamenting, rightly too, and sympathizing and empathizing with the families of those that were killed, there's a need to find a sustainable solution. The thing that led the vigilantes in Uromi to do what they did was because of what they have passed through that government failed to address. The failure of governance, the failure of law enforcement, the failure of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the chief security officer, to provide security for Nigerians as his men are terrorizing their communities, taking over their lands. In many instances, communities that were driven away by his men in Benue State have not been able to return to those communities. That was why one of the bishops, the Bishop of Makurdi, had to go to the United States Congress to go and complain about the failure of Nigerian government to protect the citizens of Benue State, and said that they should reclassify Nigeria as a country of concern. It's quite unfortunate what we are passing through in Nigeria. But the sustainable solution is not for a governor to be running around the whole place, going to Kano, going to Abuja and all that. It is for all the states to find a solution on how to make the forest and their communities safe. Until that is done, we are likely to see more Uromis across the country because of the failure of governance, because of the failure of government to take care of security of lives and property in this country. That's my take. I don't know what you think about this, but whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel or have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.